Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Next English. I'm Molly.
And I'm Matt. Hello, Molly, and hello to everyone listening.
In our last few episodes, we've been following a story about a road trip. We've focused on vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation.
That's right. And today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to practice an actual conversation.
Yes, I'll ask you a question from our story, and then we'll look at the answer. We'll break down the language in the questions and the answers to see how native speakers really talk.
This sounds very practical. We get to see how the grammar and vocabulary work in a real, natural interaction.
Exactly. We'll start with a B1 or intermediate level conversation. But first, a quick and friendly reminder.
Yes, if you enjoy our lessons, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and share it with a friend. We really appreciate your support.
We do. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Matt, let's start our B1 conversation. Part 1, B1, intermediate conversation. I'll ask the first question. Listen to my pronunciation. So, where are you visiting from?
Okay, you didn't say, where are, you said, where. It sounds like, where-a.
Exactly. Where are is often contracted to where-a. The word are is reduced to a weak sound. It's very common in fast, natural speech.
Where are you visiting from? That's a great tip. Okay, and here is a good answer a person could give. I'm visiting from London. This is my first time in Scotland, so it's a proper holiday for me.
That's a nice answer. Let's look at that phrase, a proper holiday. What does proper mean here?
Proper is a great informal word. It just means real or of a good standard.
So, a proper breakfast is a big, real breakfast, not just a cup of coffee. And a proper holiday is a real, good holiday.
It's a very common and friendly word. Okay, here is your next question, Molly. I bet it's a bit quiet here in comparison, isn't it?
Ooh, 2 good language points in that question. First, you started with, I bet.
Yes, this is just an informal way to say, I'm sure, or I am certain. I bet you're tired.
And you ended the question with, isn't it? What is that?
That's called a question tag. We add these little mini questions to the end of a statement to invite the other person to respond or agree.
It makes it feel more like a conversation, not just a statement. And in very fast, casual speech, you'll often hear isn't it reduced even more to just
Innit.
innit.
Yes.
Yes, innit is very informal, but very common. Okay, here is a good answer to your question. It's so peaceful. I slept for 9 hours straight last night.
Let's look at that answer. First, she said,
Yes, we almost never write this word, but it's a very common informal way to say yes in spoken English.
And she said she slept for 9 hours straight. What does straight mean here?
Straight here just means continuously, with no interruptions. She slept for 9 hours without waking up.
Okay, this is great. I think we're ready to move on to the B2 or upper intermediate level conversation.
Let's do it. I'll ask the first B2 question. Listen to the contraction. How are you enjoying Scotland so far?
Hower. You didn't say how are, you contracted it to hower.
Yes, how are often becomes hower with a little W sound to link the word smoothly. How are you doing? It's very fast.
That's a good one to listen for. And here is a good B2 level answer. Oh, it's amazing. I wish I had more time here. There's so much to see.
Let's look at that grammar. I wish I had more time. This is a very useful structure. It's a wish about the present.
So the reality now is I don't have more time, but I'm wishing for a different imaginary present.
Exactly. We use I wish plus the past simple tense, I had, to talk about a present situation we want to change. It's a way of expressing a present regret.
That's a great structure to know. Okay, here's my next question for you, Molly. I always feel like that when I'm on holiday. Have you managed to try any local foods?
Have you managed to try? That's a nice, natural way to ask, did you try? It suggests that maybe it was a little difficult to find the time. Okay, here is a great answer. Have you managed to try? That's a nice, natural way to ask, did you try? It suggests that maybe it was a little difficult to find the time. Okay, here's a great answer. Yes, I tried haggis. It was surprisingly rich. I also tried to play the bagpipes, but I just made a fool of myself. Duh. They must have thought I was so silly.
Okay, that answer is full of good language. Let's start with rich. She said the haggis was rich.
When we describe food as rich, it means the flavor is very strong in a pleasant way. It's also often full of heavy ingredients like cream or butter, so it makes you feel full very quickly.
That's a good word. And then she said she made a fool of herself.
Yes, this is a great idiom. It just means you did something silly or embarrassing in front of other people.
And she added the word duh.
Duh is a very informal slang word. We use it to comment on something that is very obvious or a bit stupid. It's best to use it when talking about yourself, like she did.
And the last part of her answer was, they must have thought I was so silly.
This is a very advanced and useful grammar structure. It's a past modal of deduction.
That sounds technical. What does it mean?
It just means she is making a very strong guess about the past. She is almost 100% sure. The structure is must have plus the past participle, thought.
So they must have thought means I'm sure they thought.
Yes, and in fast speech, must have is almost always contracted to must have. It sounds like must have thought.
Okay, this is great. I think we're ready for the final C1 or advanced level.
Let's do it. Here is the next question. Having some decent weather, eh?
That question sounds a bit incomplete. What's missing from the beginning?
You're right. The full, formal question would be, we are having some decent weather, aren't we? But in casual spoken English, we often drop the subject and the auxiliary verb at the beginning. This is called ellipsis.
So, are you having a good time? Just becomes having a good time?
Exactly. It's very common. And I also used an informal question tag at the end. It's just a casual way to ask, isn't it?
Here's a great C1 level answer. I know, right? It's amazing. I'm not going to need these woolly jumpers after all. Lo and behold, the sun is out.
So many good phrases. First, he said, I know, right? This is a very common informal tag used to agree with someone.
He also used gonna, which we know is the reduction of going to, and he mentioned his woolly jumpers.
A jumper is the British English word for a sweater, and woolly just means it's made from wool, from a sheep.
And my favorite part, lo and behold. What does that mean?
I laugh. It's a fun, slightly old-fashioned phrase we use to introduce a surprising or unexpected event. It's like saying, and suddenly, to my surprise...
I was looking for my keys, and lo and behold, they were in my pocket.
That's a perfect example. Okay, ready for the last question?
Nah, it's mad for October. So, you met many locals while you've been here?
In that question, I notice ellipsis again. You didn't say, have you met? You just said, you met?
That's right. In very casual questions, we sometimes drop the auxiliary verb have.
Okay, here is the final answer. A few in the pub, but what surprised me is how many shops are already closed. Come autumn, the village is very quiet. I'm sick to the back teeth of all the crowds in London, so this is wonderful.
Wow. Okay, let's break that down. I see another cleft sentence in there. What surprised me is...
Good spot. Yes, just like we learned in our grammar episode. It's a way to add emphasis to the surprising fact.
And what about that phrase, come autumn?
This is a more advanced, almost literary way of saying when autumn begins or when autumn happens. Come autumn, the leaves all change color.
And the last one is a very strong idiom. I'm sick to the back teeth of something.
It sounds very strong, doesn't it? It's a great British idiom that just means you are very, very fed up with something or you're extremely annoyed by it.
So, I'm sick to the back teeth of crowds just means I'm really tired of crowds.
Exactly.
Final thoughts and outro. Wow, we have covered so much, from simple B1 questions to advanced C1 idioms.
We have. And for everyone listening, you can see how a conversation isn't just about single words. It's about all these phrases, contractions, and bits of grammar working together.
It was so helpful to break down the language from a real conversation.
And that's a good place to stop for today. We hope this was a useful lesson.
Yes, thank you all for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this episode. And for today's comment, tell us, what's a phrase from today's lesson that you would like to try to use?
Ooh, a good question. Maybe, I bet, or I'm on the verge of, or I'm sick to the back teeth of something.
We would love to read your examples. Until next time, keep practicing.
And have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.